It is narrated that one night Amir al-Mu'mineen, Sayyidina Farooq Azam radiyallahu ta'ala was on a visit outside the city of Medina. And whilst he was walking outside the city of the Medina, he saw a tent. And when he went near the tent, he heard someone in pain. He could hear that someone was in pain in the tent. And one man was sitting outside the tent. He went up to the person, he greeted him with salam, and he inquired about him. And when he inquired about this person said that I've actually come to Medina to meet Amir al-Mu'mineen. But he did not realize that Amir al-Mu'mineen was standing in front of him. So Amir al-Mu'mineen Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq radhiyallahu anhu asked him that, what is happening at the moment? And he said that my wife is expecting a child. And the time of expectation is very close. So what Amir al-Mu'mineen Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq radhiyallahu anhu, he went home. And he said to his wife, Sayyidina Kalsoom bint Ali radhiyallahu ta'ala, he said to her, do you want to earn reward? Do you want to earn reward? Allah Azza wa Jalla has made it reach you itself. Now before I go on, this is very important that just these words in itself, that Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq radhiyallahu ta'ala, he said to him that, do you want to earn neki? Do you want to earn good deeds? Neki kamani hai, neki aapke paas aa gaye hain. Aapne kamana hai. Good deeds have come to you, an opportunity has come to you. Yeah? Do you want to earn it? And this again is the mentality that they had, that they were looking for opportunity to have good deeds. And so he went home to his wife and he said, do you want some good deeds? An opportunity has arisen. And again, we need to reflect on that and think to ourselves that, do we think like that? What we think is we go home and say, look, there's a good opportunity to make a bit of money, are you interested? Or do we go home and say, look, a great opportunity has come to earn the rewards. There is a Madani Kafla that's come to the masjid. There's a Bayan that's taking place this week. Do you want to come and earn the rewards? We haven't got this mentality. But this was the mentality of these people, that he went home and he said to his wife that, look, there's an opportunity here. There's a great opportunity to earn great reward. Do you want to? And she said, Hazur, what's the matter? And he replied that a woman is about to give birth to a child and there is no one with her. She humbly said, if you agree, I will come with you. So Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq radhiyallahu anhu, he took his wife, and when he went there, she went into the tent. Whilst all this was happening, while she was in the tent, Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq radhiyallahu anhu, he lit a fire and he started to cook food. He started to cook food himself, right? And Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq was doing all this, and meanwhile his wife, who was inside the tent, she shouted and said, "O Amir al-Mu'mineen, give your companion the glad news, the good news that he has a son." Allahu Akbar. And as soon as he heard the word Amir al-Mu'mineen, then that person realized that Amir al-Mu'mineen is in front of me, because he didn't realize before that. And he got scared and he moved back a bit, and he stood up and he got scared. And Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq radhiyallahu anhu, he said, "Sit down. Were you standing? Sit down." Then he gave the pot of food to his wife and he said, "Take it in and feed the woman that has just given birth to a child." Then he came out and he fed the person himself, right? He fed the person himself, and then he said to him, "Tomorrow, come to me, and whatever your needs will, I will fulfill them, inshallah." Allahu Akbar. And the next morning, this person came to Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq radhiyallahu anhu, and he initiated an allowance for his child, and he granted him wealth as well. So at that time, Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq, nowadays we're very proud in the West that we've got these benefits and them benefits and these sorts of benefits and them sort of benefits. Child benefit, Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq initiated it. Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq radhiyallahu anhu, he initiated child benefit, and he gave him child benefits and he gave him money. But what is very important here is that Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq, the Amir al-Mu'mineen, the busiest person probably on the planet at that time, there was probably nobody busier than him. And yet he was looking for opportunity to make good deeds. He would go out in the middle of the night and look for these opportunities. He cooked the food himself, and he took the food out and he sent it to that woman via his wife. Remember, who are we talking about? We're talking about the same Farooq Azam from whose shadow even shaitan runs away. We're talking about the same Farooq Azam radiyallahu ta'ala from who was given the glad tidings of being a heaven dweller by the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He had the good news that you are guaranteed paradise. The Ashra Mubashir, the 10 companions that were guaranteed paradise, he is one of them. We're talking about the same Farooq Azam whom the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "O Allah Azza wa Jal, honor Islam through Umar bin Khattab." This is the same person that we are talking about. He is the same Farooq Azam. He used to stay up at nights and go out for visits to look for orphans and helpless people. He is the same Farooq Azam according to whose suggestion verses of the Holy Quran were revealed. And he is the same Farooq Azam. This is so amazing about this person. He said that even if a baby goat dies out of thirst by the bank of the river Euphrates, then I fear in case Allah Azza wa Jalla will make me accountable for this. That I will be held accountable. I'm scared that I will be held accountable. And this is what he had, that Isasi Zimadar, that he realized that this was, I'm the Amir al-Mu'mineen, I'm responsible for everything that's happening here. I'm responsible for everything that's happening here, to the extent that whilst I am the Amir al-Mu'mineen, if one baby goat dies out of thirst, then I am scared that I will be held responsible. So this Sayyidina Hazrat Umar Farooq radiallahu anhu, still with this such a high status, he was still looking after the welfare and fulfilling the needs of the ummah of the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so when we look at this, we need to realize that if anybody in our family, if any of our friends, our relatives are in need, what do? Should we not also be helping our family? That if they are in need, Allah Azza wa Jalla has blessed us here. You know, we've all come to this country. Why did we come to this country? Let's be honest with ourselves. The majority of us came to this country to make money. The majority of us came to this country to make money, and Allah Azza wa Jalla has blessed you with that. But what about your poor relatives? Your poor friends, your family back home, what about them? Do we not all have a responsibility about this? And this is the pious people of the past, they would look for opportunity to help the ummah of the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, be it the family or not. This particular waqi that I mentioned, it wasn't a family. He wasn't related to Amir al-Mu'mineen, no relation whatsoever. But he went out to help these people.
We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel. We love